Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai Lakshmi Swami Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai Nitai 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 Gaur Premanande All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavate Naishtuki. So a few of you can read the sloka. Anybody else? Okay. Word by word translation.
Ishtalepan, the reverence of foodstuff, Anumodita, being permitted, Vijay, by the Vedantist Brahmanas, Satyam, once upon a time, Sma, in the past, Gunje, took, Tat, by that action, Apasta, eliminated, Kilvisha, all sins, Evam, thus, Pravrittasya, being engaged, Vishuddha Chetasa, of one whose mind is purified, that particular dharma, nature, eva, certainly, atma buddhi, transcendental attraction, prajayate, was manifested.
Translation. Purport.
Once only, by their permission, I took the remnants of their food, and by doing so, all my sins were at once eradicated. Thus, being engaged, I became purified in heart, and at that time, the very nature of transcendentalist became attractive to me.
Okay, now we'll spend a couple of minutes on translation. We'll move on to the purport. See, the key word here is, and by doing so, all my sins were at once eradicated. He's only 5-year-old. Where is the question of sin? How much sin he could have committed in 5 years? So why it is mentioned? This is not the first birth for anybody. The birth has been going on for several times. Not the first birth. The past is also there. The Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu. The purpose of Bhagavatam is to eradicate all the sins that we know and all the sins that we don't know. But they are there. So this concept is not there in most of the other religion. They don't consider any past sin. People don't want to think like that. It's not that they are banned from thinking like that. Nobody has passed a law, you cannot think about your past sins. There's no law like that. But somehow, that is why those things that are cheating religion. Cheating religion means they don't tell you what you are actually supposed to do in this life. Rather, they encourage you more to continue the way you've been doing. It becomes show bottle religion. Because they know they can't altogether avoid some sense of religion or some sense of spirituality. They can't totally avoid. It is like corruption. It will be there. Can't be totally avoided. But for spiritual life, you can't have it. Contamination has been removed totally. So the problem is how much time we will take and how much we will remove. That is the struggle. Even though we say, okay, Krishna consciousness is the perfect solution, we don't want it. भगवान एटर्नल है, भक्ति एटर्नल है, भक्त भी एटर्नल है. अभी जल्दी क्या हो गया? अभी क्या जल्दी क्या हो गया? That is why this verse is important. It looks like a harmless verse. There's not much to talk about. But why is he talking about Vedantist Brahman, Dvija? Why it is mentioned like that? Everybody who wears a Brahman thread is not a Brahmin. It has become some kind of an outward symbol. Shika, Kantimala, whatever it is they wear, whichever religion, whatever they wear, they become like an external religion, external show. Yes, of course, it has value, not that it does not have value, but the value has to be understood and maintained. The Dvija means who? Praja means one who has taken birth. Dvija means one who has? What does that mean? He goes to the womb again and takes another birth. What does Dvija means? Twice means what is the second time? Second birth means you don't want to learn anything that is temporary. No temporary knowledge. First birth you can have temporary knowledge. That is why our boys have for 25 years temporary knowledge and then they come to ISKCON. They don't come before. First birth you can have as much temporary knowledge as you want. So they take their time and then आराम से आते हैं बाद में. I'm joking. You should not be doing it. You should not go into the temporary knowledge at all. Why waste your time? And what is the benefit of it? If you are going to give it up, after 20 years, if you are going to give it up, what is the benefit of doing it? All of you are coming now. You are still in a Y fork. You don't know this way or that way, which way I should go. The Dvija means maximum by 9 years. It is both for same for both boys and girls. There is no difference. Girls also have a guru. Girls also have a guru. Boys have a guru. Boys leave home. Girls leaves one home and goes to another home. That is why her mother-in-law is called Sas, who is guru. She is guru. That's why mother-in-law means, so much respect and awe and all those things. But she's not just a mother-in-law just to boss over her. She has to teach her. She's like a disciple. Both get the same training. Because girl has to serve completely, because at home there is nothing to serve. The mother is taking care of everything. But in in-laws' place, there's so many work they will give. They don't consider as exactly like a daughter. She's also a servant. So she has different roles for different relationship. With the mother-in-law, she is like a disciple. So there are many complicated, very delicate arrangement in the Vedic culture. That is why for women, marriage is considered a major event. That is the only spiritual event that happens in her life. Vivaha Yagya. It's Yagya. She also into spiritual path. Because she will have little careless and laziness at home. But in-laws' place, she can't be like that. She has to prove herself. Just like Tatvidi Pranipatena Pariprasana Sevya Upadajite Jnanam Jnanina Tattva Dashina, that applies to the girl also. For the mother-in-law. And they are very close. You see, people think, oh, surrender is not such a nice thing. People think like that. Surrender, not such a nice thing. But surrender gets a response. When you surrender, and before you surrender, you don't want to surrender blindly. You are expecting a response for the surrender. It is not surrendering to the police. It's not that surrender. It's not surrendering in a war. It's not that surrender. What is this surrender? This is different. What is this surrender? This surrender is given, trust. Surrender and trust is given. And the response should be love and affection. Surrender is incomplete with loving response. And love cannot be there unless the other party surrenders. Therefore, Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam. Krishna loves us. There's no doubt. But Krishna's love for us is indirectly visible, not directly visible. Because you see, any light, even a torch light, as it comes closer to your eye, you have to close your eye. Because it's too powerful. At a distance, you can see the torch light. But if it there comes right next to your eye, you have to close it. So Krishna is too far away, is too powerful. If he comes any closer, that's all, you can't respond. Therefore, he doesn't come. But he will come for those who can take that. Tattvam Pushana Pavrunu Satya Dharmaya Drishyate. Now kindly remove your effulgence. I can't see your face. Remove your effulgence. It's a fact. With the effulgence you can't see. When the sun is shining so bright, you can't open your eyes and see the sun. So Krishna is like that. So he says you surrender, slowly, slowly you will be able to come close to me. So surrender has a response called love and affection. And when you are sure of the love and affection, you want to surrender. So Dvija means that person from whom you can have that kind of a trusting, surrender and affection. That is why this wedding takes place for negotiation takes for months together. To create that goodwill and faith that the girl will be taken care nicely and the girl will become part of the household. So that kind of, it is like initiation only for her. Service. So Dvija means such a person to whom one can dedicate, surrender and get that love and affection back. And that surrender and love goes forever. Any other surrender and love is temporary. So if there is a breakdown in relationship, that means it was not proper surrender and there was no proper love and affection. Very obvious. So he gets attracted. But we make our life very complicated by accepting some kind of a survival of the fittest, Like that, some material calculation we have. क्या career लेना चाहिए, क्या पढ़ाई करना चाहिए. That is not Dvija. That's karma sangina. So abhadreshu, you will not get rid of the abhadreshu. That will not happen. So what is the purpose of this translation? What does it teach us? See, in the first birth, we think money is everything. Not only the whole society thinks like that. Money is everything. And whatever with money we think we can buy everything we want. True or not true? Huh? Okay. When Prabhupada went to America, the Beatles were singing one song. What? Around that time. Money can't buy me love. What? What the song? So those guys realized it. And you are telling money can buy everything. You are saying money can buy everything. You are saying. But they realized it long back. They said they had a song called Money Can't Buy Me Love. That's why they came to spiritual life. Because they tried everything and they thought that no, love will not be available by money. Money can't buy me love. They became Dvija. What? Those people became Dvija. Because we are only concerned with money. It's a very famous song. That we also see All these movies and dramas and all that, what they are emphasizing? They are not emphasizing that perfect surrender and perfect love and affection, that relationship they are not talking. But without that, our life is not successful. So Prabhupada said, come here. And love is not necessarily by marriage. That kind of a relationship is required, but not necessarily for Krishna Prem. That is required as sadachar. That comes under sadachar. But Krishna Prem, divine love, that doesn't depend on social relationship. That is why Vaishnava has no jati. Vaishnava don't even have a gender. See, in the 5th chapter, there's a lot of information, gyan, how a person who is free from material vision, how he sees, when he opens his eyes, how he sees things. And Prabhupada was like that. Prabhupada never saw people like, Englishman, American, Indian, Bengali. No. But he recognized there are Bengalis, there are Americans, but he did not speak to them as Americans or Bengalis. When he spoke for everyone. The message was same for everybody. The process is same for everybody. For some social reason, he may speak to somebody in Bengali. That's different. But the message is same in all his books, in whichever language it is. I think 5th chapter, verse number some 9 or something like that. Suhrin Mitrari, one verse is there. 5th chapter. You can see if you can find it. Same thing where it says one looks like the stone and the gold in the same way. That next to that. Suhrin Mitrari, something is there. How he sees. So Dvijas are like that. It is 7, 8, 9, something like that, you see. 5th chapter, I think. 5th or 6th? Gita. I think 5th or 6th probably. 6th. Suhrin Mitra Ari. That is the beginning. It is not Krishna consciousness like walk-in interview. It's not like that. You have to prepare. Prepare your mind. So I'm going to come to, after this purport, I'm going to come to one book called Narada Bhakti Sutra. All of you heard about Narada in the last 2 days. But you didn't hear about this book. How many of you heard this book, Narada Bhakti Sutra? How many of you read it? At least some portion. So there Narada explains in half a sentence, what is Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu. Just half a sentence he explains. The whole thing. And that is the first birth. If you cross that, then you get second birth. We'll come to that now. You found that Suhrin Mitrari? 6th, what? 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9? What is it? Shouldn't take that much time. You type that word Suhrin Mitra Ari like that. So my point is, before we try to understand the personality of Narad, we have to see how he, you got it. What is that? Open it, which 5th or 6th? 6. What is the verse number? Read it. Read the translation.
regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, the neutral meditators,
Mediators.
the envious, friends and enemies, the pious and the sinners, all equal, all with an equal mind.
That is Dvija. That's not easy. You see, when you go to work and offer your service and time to somebody, what is your expectation? Why are you doing it? Why are you going and giving your time and working for somebody? Why are you doing it? What's your expectation? Huh? Then you can't come to this. You have private deal, no? Is there any private deal? Is there anything private in this? Anything between, आप ये करो मैं वो करता हूँ, ऐसा कुछ है इसमें? ऐसा नहीं. I used to tell people, Prabhupada wanted people to come and get Krishna Prem. What? He wanted people to come and get Krishna Prem. But people come, especially on Janmashtami. What? And many of them don't donate also. And what they get? Krishna Prem. What they get? Krishna Prem. But where is Krishna Prem? So you want Krishna Prem or Krishna Prem? But because you are working and earning money, you will only get Krishna Prem. You will give more donation and you will get Krishna Prem. But for Krishna Prem, you have to come here. And you tell me what verse this verse reminds you? Huh? Vidya Vinaya Samman. That's what it reminds. So don't think it's a walk-in interview, come, you walk inside the temple and you go back with Krishna Prem. No, that's not going to happen. When Narada himself, the Lord appeared and said, don't expect to see me again. No. You won't see me again, he said. You won't see me again. You try to go back and do yoga, but nothing happened. So we can't outsmart Krishna. We follow so many government rules and so many this and so many that, such a headache, all of us follow. But spiritual life, rules and regulations, no. No rules and no regulations. It should be immediately available. And the material world is created to stop you from thinking about these things. It is meant to stop you. It has no other purpose. Everything around you, till you become Dvija, is meant to stop you. It's a conspiracy, deliberately done. You may think somebody is friend, somebody is enemy, somebody is close to you, somebody is this, somebody is that. All of them are meant only for this. Only Dvija is meant for your second birth. Only he can give. But that seems so out of fashion. So that surrender and that love and affection, that is why Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakale Ashant. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ateva Shant. Don't think walking in and you walk out with. No. No, that's not going to happen. We'll go to one sutra. You don't have that PDF, do you? You have? So I'll tell you what is the number, you put it on. It's only half a sentence, but very powerful. I think 63. You go to 63. Let me see whether it is 63. I think it is 63. Sutra 63. Can read? Somebody can read? The purport is also there? Yeah, purpose also must be there. Mila, 63. Padhiye?
One should not find entertainment in news of women, money, and temptation.
Where is that in Sanskrit? That's easy to remember. Read it. श्रवणीयम क्या पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं स्त्री धन नास्तिक चरितम not Shravaniyam. He says Shravana Kirtan, but he says don't do Shravan. What? He said don't do Shravan, but what Shravan he says don't do? Film fair. What? International investment banking. Kya? Investment banker. We had one boy, I think he's still here. He's working for Grant Thornton or something like that. Big finance. We're working for them. He's saying don't even hear about them. And we are working for them. And he studied for 20 years to work for them. So many of our people are working in big finance companies. Not only Krishna does not come anywhere near us, and Narada also doesn't come. He also doesn't come anywhere. And Nastika Charitam, what is this Nastika Charitam? What does Narada mean by Nastika Charitam? It's actually Sri Charitam, Dhana Charitam, and Nastika Charitam. The Charitam goes to all the three. What does this verse remind you? This one sentence, what does it remind you? Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavita. That's what it reminds. Mala karo. पर समझ के करो समझ के करो. No wonder you say, oh, I don't feel like chanting. Because you are already occupied with this. So how you will chant? See, half a sentence. Of course, he has written more than 100 sutras. This is just one sutra. Many things we can talk about. Okay, so go to the purport of the sloka, the Bhagavatam. This also has got purport. We will come to this. We will quickly read that. That's a short purport. We'll quickly read the purport. Read the purport of that Bhagavatam.
True devotion is as much infectious, in a good sense, as infectious disease. Pure devotee is cleared from all kinds of sin. The personality of Godhead is the purest entity. And unless one is equally pure from the infection of material qualities, one cannot become pure devotee of the Lord. The Bhaktivinod, as above mentioned, were pure devotees, and the only boy became infected with qualities of purity by the association and by eating once the remnants of the food are taken by them. The remnants may be taken even without the adoption of the pure devotee. There are sometimes received devotees, and one should be very much cautious about them. There are many things which hinder one from entering devotional service. but by the association of few devotees, all these obstacles are removed. The Neopathy devotees became practically engaged with the qualities of the few devotees. It means attraction for the personality of Godhead's name, fame, quality, passion, etc. Infection of the qualities of the few devotees means to invite the taste of pure devotion always in the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. This transcendental taste at once makes all material things distasteful. Therefore, a pure devotee is not at all attracted by material activities. After the elimination of all sins or obstacles on the path of devotional service, one can become attracted, one can have steadiness, one can have perfect faith, one can have transcendental emotion, and at last, one can be situated on the plane of the loving service of the Lord. All these stages developed by the association of few devotees, and that is the purpose of this channel.
Okay, now we go to the purport of that, Narada. Ah. Read the purport. Somebody else read.
Narada has said that a bhakta may discharge his duty in the world as long as he is God-centered and offers the result of his work to the God in devotional service. But while living in the world, he must avoid sinful life and personal behavior in physical condition and position. Now he says we should avoid not only associating with sinful persons but even hearing about them. If we want to be free from we cannot take Narada's advice lightly, especially as old-fashioned. Maya is not lightweight controller. She has been placed in charge of regulating all conditions on civil unions, and some of her principal purposes are regulated in this system.
We don't have another mic. Many people cannot hear. There's no other mic? Okay.
Sex, wealth, and atheism. With a healthy respect for her powers, we should give a wide berth to the Maic talks concerning these topics. Mundane talks are also known as Vajalpa. In his Uddeshamgal, Srila Rupa Goswami mentions Vajalpa as one of the main impediments to devotional service. And Lord Chaitanya instructed Sanatana Goswami that devotees should avoid all reading or hearing newspaper or movement books that contain stories of the love affairs between men and women or subject palatable to the senses. Chaitanya Charitamrita 22:120. In the modern age, these injections have become more difficult than ever to follow. The airwaves are filled with ourselves into visual and oral phantasmagoria. While writing his purpose on the Bhagavatam verses, describing the life of Ajamila, Srila Prabhupada responded to our predicament. Ajamila was a pious young Brahmana, but one day, while traveling along the public way, he came upon a low-class man investing a prostitute and was overcome by this. Prabhupada writes, in Kali Yuga, a drunken, half-naked woman investing a drunken man is a very common sight, especially in the Western countries, and restraining oneself after seeing such things is difficult. Nevertheless, if by the grace of Krishna, a person adheres to the regulative principles and stands on Hare Krishna mantra, Krishna will certainly protect him. And we cannot expect to follow Prabhupada's advice in a vacuum unless we have Krishna conscious friends to talk with and the society of devotees to live in. We might conclude it's impossible to avoid hearing talks of sex, money, and atheism. What am I supposed to do? Live alone in a cave? No. And this is precisely one of the reasons Srila Prabhupada founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness to give everyone an opportunity to
Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. So, further.
Everyone an opportunity to hear Krishna Katha in Society of Devotees. The benefits of such a practice are numerous. As Lord Krishna states in Bhagavatam, be discussed only in a society of devotees. It is in that aspect. One hears from devotees. The way of transcendental experience quickly opens to him and gradually attains firm faith that in due course develops into attraction and use. Our weapons in the campaign against Prajarma and mind conversion may include novels, drama, content, films, musical recordings, festivals, formal lectures, seminars, and casual meetings, all centered on Krishna. Why should the forces of religion possess all the weapons and not the devotees? Narada previously said that bhakti was easy. It is certainly not easy to avoid all mundane sound variations, but under the guidance of pure devotee we may create a pleasant, easy to take atmosphere of Krishna Katha in the home and with friends, even when driving a car or at work. And this hearing will lead to Vishnu Smarana, a remembrance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So, my class is over. If you have any question, you can ask. I don't think anybody heard anything on that side. I think nobody heard anything. It's only for this half, not for that half. They don't even have another mic. What can I do? Actually, this is not the best arrangement, but this is what we have. Maybe instead of sitting all the way back, you all can come and sit here in the front a little bit. This much space is there. At least you could have reduced the distance by coming and sitting here. Anyway, that's your choice. Did you hear anything? At least when I was speaking, did you hear anything? कुछ समझ में आया आपको? क्या समझ में आया? Something? There is no difference about boy and girl. They go through same training. Little different circumstance, but the training is same. To give up their attachment to temporary knowledge and temporary happiness. Don't lose something big for something small. Be smart. You won't surrender because you don't see that kind of a love and affection coming. If you do not have that much of a, what shall I say? See, you can be an atheist, but not directly. You can come to the temple and also be an atheist. How that is possible? What is the meaning of the word Shraddha? Huh? Shraddha means no negative thought about Krishna. Shraddha means? No negative. Like what? No negative thought about Krishna means what? What are the negative thoughts about Krishna? Huh? Do you get any negative thoughts about Krishna? No. Bring the barber. We'll shave him up. Bring the barber. We should have ready-made. Prabhu, you got a job today. Who was that? Who said? Who said? Who? Who said? That means you have negative thoughts. Why are you hesitating to shave your hair? What is the problem? What is the problem? You pay money to keep the hair, but we shave you free. You pay money to keep the hair. He just does a little in the bottom, that's it, and he takes the money and your hair is still there. Don't tell me you are not a believing atheist. What? You are a? Because that is convenient. You do whatever you want and you let Krishna do whatever he wants. You tell Krishna, I don't interfere with you. Same with me. You don't interfere with me. That is atheism. Where is surrender? Any negative thought you have, especially if you know this is the person whom I can actually surrender. Without doubt. To trust somebody foolishly and surrender, to trust somebody foolishly and surrender, that's dangerous. Not to surrender to somebody who is a direct connection to the Lord, bona fide connection to the Lord, and not to surrender to Him is even more dangerous. To surrender to somebody foolishly, that's dangerous. But not to surrender to somebody who is a bona fide representative of the Lord, that's even greater danger. And we are doing both of them or one of them. We are all doing either both of them or one of them, for sure. Where is the question of Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jihua Vegam, Uttarupastha Vegam? Where is the question? You see, Raso Varjam, Raso Absyu. What is that? Higher taste. Vishya Vinivartante Niraharasya Deina Param Dushtanya. That comes in which chapter? Second. And how many more chapters are there? What is the need of 16 more chapters if you do that? If you go for a higher taste, then other 16 chapters are not required. You have higher taste already. That verse is the opposite of what Narada says. Sri Dana Nastika Charitam Na Shravandiyam. So that verse says, get over this. Come to the higher taste. Then you will not fall back. See, from karma yoga, you can fall back to karma. That's not difficult. From karma yoga, you can become a karmi. That's not difficult. From jnana yoga, you can fall back. But they say from bhakti yoga, it's not so easy to fall back. And even if you fall back, Krishna will pick you right away. Because you already joined the club. You are a member of the Bhakti Yoga club already. So Krishna will pull you back again. But from Karma Yoga you fall back, no. From Jnana Yoga you fall back, no. From Ashtanga Yoga you fall back, no. But from Bhakti Yoga you fall back. But why will you fall back if you have a higher taste? Fall back means you are losing your higher taste. And falling back means you are not Sthita Pragya. Falling back means you are not. And if you are not Sthita Pragya, what you will do with Bhagavad Gita? If you are not Sthita Pragya, what you will do with Bhagavad Gita? But you know there is something called propaganda. What? Mala karo, mala karo, mala karo, mala karo, mala karo, mala karo, mala karo. But you can't do because you don't have the backing, you don't have the foundation. How you will chant mala? So it becomes a ritual, not spiritual. It becomes ritual. बस बीट बैक कर लिया, माला कर लिया, बस हो गया काम हो. Gauranga once told a story. He had some friend in the college, so he wanted to pass friend or something. He wanted to invite him to the temple, and that fellow was addicted to drinking. He said, "I will come with my bottle only." He came, and Gauranga told him, "No, don't bring it inside." And then he took a swig and then put it on the top somewhere, and then went. He attended the class and all that. Afterwards, he went to the college and he said, he had bead bag in one hand and bottle in another hand, and he said, "I have joined ISKCON." Bead bag in one hand and bottle in another. I joined it. So you can be a believing atheist. And we are. I have no problem carrying around a bead bag as long as I get Mahaprasad. So simple. That's a direct relationship with Krishna. What? No doubt about it. I have full faith in Mahaprasad, and Krishna has full faith that I'll enjoy it. People say, oh, Bhaktivinod, he has been hanging around for last 30 years. What? What they say? He has been?
Hanging around.
Yes, I hope hang around some more time. They don't say, I'm doing my sadhana, or I'm practicing, or I'm a devotee. They say he's hanging around. Try, it's not always easy to hang around. Without a job. Try to hang around and see whether you can do it. Thank you, Raja Krishna Prabhu. We are having good time. Not much philosophy, mostly fun. What did you learn? Tell him something. 1 or 2 points you tell him. What did you learn? At least tell him the sutra. Half a sentence sutra. Tell him what it is. It's only half a sentence. Come on. Prashant, you tell. No, that Sanskrit, half a sentence Sanskrit, Narada said. Sri Dana Nastika Charitam Na Shravaniyam. That is Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu. All Abhadra. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu. Like Nadanam, Na Janam, Na Sundari. So the importance of becoming a Dvija and recognize not to surrender to a bona fide representative is more dangerous than surrendering to a foolish guy. That is less dangerous. But you know somebody is a bona fide representative and you don't surrender, that's more dangerous. That means you can't wait. The moment you accept somebody as a bona fide representative, the next thing you do, otherwise what are you going to do? You're going to be in this world. Where is Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu? Questions? No questions? Yes. Prashant, go near and find out what the question is.
You said boys and girls have been given the same teachings. Okay, but I don't know, I felt that boys are mostly told to renunciate and girls are mostly told to get attached because the teachings are given by the mother-in-law. So when you go to the mother-in-law's house, you are made to get attached to the new members of the family.
Because you are more advanced. You have already renounced your home. Now, first you have to be detached according to Bhagavad Gita. Then you have to be attached to the right thing. The boys are still learning how to detach. You already done. You already left your home. So you already detached. And the other home is Krishna's home. That's not your parent home. That's Krishna's home. So you are getting attached to Krishna's home. What is wrong? What is wrong getting attached to Krishna's home? So these people are all still waiting to complete the first half. They have to renounce first, then they have to find a home and then do that. So you are safe. You are better off.
And that is a forceful
Huh?
that is a forceful renunciation.
What is that?
Forceful renunciation.
Who is forcing?
The norms of the society is to get the girls married.
That you are seeing it from not from Bhagavad Gita point of view. You are seeing from the society point. Krishna deals with everybody in the same way. He gives the same facility. Krishna gender doesn't matter. Too small. Gender is for our worldly purpose. Your consciousness is what is important. So if you accept your in-laws' home is a place for you to do devotional, you see the word Sambandha Abhideya Priyojana, which is the very important part of our Bhagavatam. The word Sambandha has been taken out of context in marriage. Mera Sambandhi hai. Yeah. It's taken out of context. There Sambandha actually means the girl is going to another Vaishnava's house. Sambandha means to connect to the spiritual life. Sambandha Abhideya Prajana means the conditioned soul is connecting. No, that is called Sambandha. So that is put in a social context as Sambandhi. But the spiritual context is you are going from one Vaishnava home to another Vaishnava home. Because everybody is supposed to serve Vaishnavas. And you see, in those days there was no organization people can go and join. So the only organization is joint family. And the joint family had its own rules and regulations to bring people on the right path. Joint family is like an ashram. Everybody's benefit is considered. One family is not one family head. There are 10, 15 families and there is a head. So he has to be very fair in his dealing and he has to teach everybody according to their requirement. He has to fulfill their requirement. It's very, very important. Actually, our joint family system is preserved. It was preserving the Vedic culture. Of course, there are some variations and some this and that are due to time, place, circumstances. But the whole sanskar and sadachar was there. Nothing wrong with the Vedic system, but our understanding is not clear. So we do it in a wrong way. But as far as Krishna consciousness is concerned, it is fair and square. What? There is no mishandling. I think misleading. But we have to try to learn. My main problem is, you see, when we surrender to Krishna, we don't surrender our common sense. What? We don't? Krishna does not want you keep your common sense and you understand. Why? It has been translated into a social context. Krishna Bhavanamrit has to be translated into a social context. Therefore, we have some misunderstanding. Pure devotion, where is the misunderstanding? How you can misunderstand pure devotion to Krishna? How you will misunderstand? There's nothing to misunderstand in pure devotion. Okay. I'll come back to you. We can talk more later. Okay. So any other question? Now we have a complaint why the boys are still in the renunciation stage. They should come to attach to Krishna. Why are you still trying to renounce the world? You have to come fast. I can't believe, so many people are giving their day and night for you to come at least 1 inch closer. And you have to do it. You can't keep on hearing forever. You have to act. How can you find a better chastisement about the material life than this? He didn't even bother to complete a sentence. He gave half a sentence and told you get lost. He said, what is there to talk about it? He said, Sridhara Nastika Sartam Nasravaniyam. He said, don't hear it. He says, don't hear it. That is Nashtapraya. You are getting higher taste. So, Sthita Pragya, higher taste, Sthita Pragya. You see, you can't be, we used to call in those days, we had a name for people who were like, they were called them fringy devotees. What? Fringies. You heard it before. Fringy. Fringy means who are hanging around at the edge. They don't come near, like you go to the shore of the sea and you only allow water to touch your toe. That's called fringy. Like that, you just allow Krishna consciousness to come to touch your just a little bit. No, not like that. That's why Narada Bhakti Sutra is so powerful, so powerful. And then he says more about Asat Sangha in the In the purport, there is some text number 42, 44. Just go to 42 and 44 and we'll complete there and leave it there. It's already 9:20. I love this Narada Bhakti Sutra. It's really an amazing book. In the purport of that verse, 63 verse, it says, what does it say? 42? What does it say in the purport? 42 and 44. Open it, 42. What does it say? Read the translation. Bas. What an amazing. Then what is the next one? 40? 44. One should go. It is 43 and 44 or what? 42, 43. See? One should give up all kinds of degrading association and try to associate with the pure devotee. So simple. That is why before marriage, so much of inquiry is made about the boy's family and girl's family. Why so much of inquiry, so much of contact, asking this and that? Is it a good place or what is it? Why? Because you want the girl to go to the right association. Just like you want the boy to go to a bona fide guru. Same thing. Same, there is no change at all. It is open to every jiva. Becoming fully Krishna conscious is open, is the right, birthright. For every jiva to become fully Krishna conscious is birthright. But it is your choice how fast you want to do it. But the more you understand, the sooner you become determined. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for the opportunity to spend some time reading that. Because they talked about Narada, no? In the last 2 days. We should get some Narada Bhakti Sutra book. I don't think we have in our temple. We should order and get some more. Yeah, it would be nice to have that book at least visible. It's one of my favorite books. So, where is the question of any doubt or hesitation? और जाओगे कहाँ? कौन सा जगह में? We have all of that are wishy-washy kind of philosophy. They are not, and whether once what happened? One fellow, he was actually staying home, but he was coming to the temple once in a while. One day, his sister came searching for him. So we were sitting and talking, and that boy was there, and the sister also came. She was telling him, come home. He said, no, I'm not coming. He said, I'll tell you, I'll come to the second part later. When she said, no, I'm not coming home, she said, what do you mean you are not coming home? Till yesterday you were fighting with me for a TV remote. What? Till yesterday you were fighting with me for the TV remote, and today you are telling you are joining the ashram. So then somebody asked him, are you initiated? He said you want to join us. So he said, are you initiated? Are you like to be initiated? He said, yes, I want to be initiated. I'm not initiated, I want to be initiated, but I'm waiting for Narada Muni. He wasn't wrong. Only Narada Muni can do for him. Other people cannot do for him. So then I asked him, okay, you are ready to be initiated by Narada Muni, but have you asked him, is he ready to initiate you? He was right in saying that. You are correct. He said, I want to be initiated by Narada Muni. That was the best choice, no doubt. But you have to ask Narada Muni whether he wants to initiate you. So like that, people come to ISKCON. We have to make their path easy and do that. I'm very happy. I must emphasize again and again how much effort is made by our Prabhu and other people. I really feel ecstatic about being here because every day is a wonderful day. Every day is so nice here. So many things are happening. People are coming and giving. Yesterday evening there was a 45 minutes kirtan after the class. 1 hour kirtan. Nobody wanted to go. It was the same. 45, 50 minutes kirtan was going on yesterday. It was really nice. It was good. So there is some, we can feel it. The energy in this potency, we can feel it. Yeah. So I want to thank you all for this opportunity. I'm late. Hare Krishna. Yeah, yeah.
Hare Krishna. So we thank Prabhuji. Prabhuji. Yesterday only we requested Prabhuji to give the class and Prabhuji agreed. And hopefully had a nice time. Prabhuji makes it very jovial and very light. So let's thank Prabhuji one time chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
So Prabhuji is like a grandfather staying here blessing all the devotees.